Hello everyone, welcome to Cat Couple Chronicles. Today's video is all about my balcony garden. I'll be potting some bulbs and repotting a few plants that I bought from the Novi flower market. If you haven't seen my flower market video yet, I'll link it below in the comment section. Let's begin. On a February day, when I went to the little supermarket, I found something that made me super excited. A box of 40 flower bulbs in 4 varieties and on sale. Can you guess which color I bought? Of course, the blue one. That's my favorite. This was actually my Valentine's Day gift. The box had 11 Triteleia, 10 Gladiolus, 9 Iris, and 10 Liatris corms. So on February 26th, I rolled up my sleeves and decided to get planting. Of course, gardening is never a solo mission here. I have my 2 little helpers. Look at Monchu. He's always in a rush, like he's got some important cat business to attend to. And while I was busy getting another bag of potting soil, Tinkerbell decides to investigate. With helpers like this, my projects always take twice the time. No, no. I used some leftover soil, moistened it slightly, and lined the pots with tissue paper. My trick to keep the soil from leaking out while letting the excess water drain. I expected the bulbs to be packed separately, but these are all mixed up. Well, as long as they are viable, I don't mind. Let's get a closer look. The Gladiolus bulbs are large. The flat side is for the roots, and the pointed side is where the shoot comes out, just like onions. So I start placing the bulbs and realize that the pot will not accommodate more than 6. So I planted the irises here instead. The iris bulbs were quite small. Some were already sprouting. The Liatris corms went into another pot. They look different from bulbs, more rounded and sprout from the top. Now the gladiolus. Let me see how many I can fit here. So here I have 8 bulbs and the remaining 2 I will put in a separate container. The Triteleia is part of the lily family but non-toxic to cats. Cat safety is always a priority for us. Traditional lilies are extremely toxic to cats. Even the pollens from a lily flower can put their lives in danger. So I always research thoroughly before bringing new plants home. Once everything was planted, I gave them a good watering and began the waiting game. Fingers crossed. It has been 65 days and the bulbs and corms have sprouted. The Gladiolus are growing tall, so on windy days, I have to move them indoors. Triteleia are the underperformers so far, and on top of that, my cats always want to chew on the leaves, so I kept it out of their reach now. Now on to the Dianthus cleanup. This Red Dianthus has been with me for 3 years now. Here is a shot from last year. Every winter it gets clogged with dead leaves, so in spring it's time for a deep clean. After removing all the dry leaves, it looks so much healthier. Here's a before and after. Now we move on to the second part. The balcony was getting messy, and several plants from the spring flower market needed repotting. The cats were basking in the sun, not sure how long this peace would last though. The plan is to organize the pots for more space and sun, remove the dead plants like the yarrow, and dealing with the flopping gladiolus, either repot or just add more soil. Let's see what works. And get rid of aphid infested plants and clean the pots. I will tackle this section first. The cats are always scratching the soil and the rooms are getting dirty, so I put cardboard sheets underneath the plant pots. It's a small change, but should help keep things clean and tidier. Next, I gave my status a trim and place it in a sunnier spot. Here comes Tinkerbell. She will not like this arrangement, I'm sure of that. Okay, so next task was to get rid of the aphid infested violas. I was very disappointed by the performance this year. They hardly bloomed in winter and had just started to perform in spring, and then the aphids attacked. Such a bummer. I washed these pots with soap and warm water so that it is clear of any bugs. I decided to place the French lavender plant on the railing so that it gets more sunlight. মঞ্চু খায় না, ওটা খাবার নয়। After adding cocopeat to the potting mix, I got started with the new arrivals, begonias. They are not my favorites, but they do well in both sun and shade, so I thought of giving it a try. গ্লাভস দিয়ে কাজ করাটা এত অসুবিধা হয়। ওটাই thumbnail করবো ভাবছি।
কি হয়েছে, কি উঠেছে জানে না। বাইরে থেকে ওইদিকে কাজ করি চালছে।
See the challenges of living with cats. Now I will add soil to these pots and see if the plants stay straight. Superbena Sparkling Amethyst, potting the final plant of the day. After this, I will show you where I have placed the recently potted plants. But before that, look at these two WWE wrestlers breaking into another match. Not a single day passes by without these two fighting with each other. So today I repotted 7 plants and there are few more to go. We'll do those on a different day. Look, they are at it again. 99% of the time it is Monchu who starts the fight. In a day, they will do this at least 4 to 5 times. মঞ্চু হয়ে গেছে, মারামারি করে না আর, হয়ে গেছে, চলে এসো, চলে এসো। Here is the Dianthus that I had cleaned 2 months ago. It is budding again. By afternoon, peace finally returned to the balcony. Hope you enjoyed our little garden update. Take care and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao!